There's been a lot of engagement and strong opinions on my World Cup VAR review videos. So let's take a look at some of the best comments, look at some of the incidents in more detail with additional footage and images, and we can continue our discussion, arguments. Just for reference, I know my opinions are not always correct, but I do have a fairly unique perspective on the game, having played at a good level in England, been part of referee crews for international and professional teams, and also coached at my own club for the last 8 years. Yes, I do still get stuff wrong and make mistakes. Anyway, let's get started.
Argentina versus France provided the most controversy in terms of the number of incidents and divided opinions, and we'll get to those incidents and comments shortly. But first, the incident that has received the most engagement and comments so far is Japan's goal versus Spain. There's over 4,000 comments, with most of them expressing support and admiration for the Japanese team, and there's even a German fan admitting the ball was in play and congratulating Japan's effort. This other guy didn't agree that the ball was still in and called it utter BS. Bless him. FIFA finally released some images, basically a simulation of where the ball was to show it was in, but I guess some people will still disagree. Anyway, on to the next most popular incidents, which came during the Argentina versus France final. A lot of comments regarding Upamecano's supposed handball before France were awarded a penalty, and lots of discussion as well regarding both Di Maria's and Thuram's incidents, as well as Messi's potential offside, and the subs on the field issue when Messi scored to make it 3-2. Upamecano first. Finally, I got a video angle with conclusive evidence that the ball hit his head and not his hand. People still refusing to accept it though. This guy said my video isn't logic and referred to it as a diagonal ball, whatever that means. Another guy said it was a clear handball and blamed the angle of the still image. And he called someone butthurt. Did he mean me? Who knows? Another one that got lots of comments and divided opinion is Messi's extra time goal, when two Argentina subs were a few feet on the field as the ball went into the goal. Some people rightly pointed out that an additional part of the laws, specifically Law 3.9, says that the referee should disallow the goal if there are additional players or subs on the field at the time of the goal. But IFAB, who make the laws, came out and said that this particular point of law would only be applicable if there was interference, and clearly those players had zero impact on the goal being scored. Another issue with lots of confused comments was Argentina's Romero passing the ball back to the goalkeeper with his thigh. This guy still believes it's a backpass, saying it's not 1990, and basically accusing the Arges, as he calls them, of cheating. Again, the IFAB have clarified that you can use any part of the body except the foot or ankle to pass the ball back to the keeper. Next, we've got some new footage for Fernandez's challenge on Thuram, which was deemed simulation by the referee. In real time, I have to say this looks like a penalty, and watching it back here, the ref seems to have his view partially blocked, so I'm amazed he spotted the simulation in real time. Yes, I know many of you still believe it wasn't a case of simulation, and it was a foul, but when you slow it down from every angle, Thuram doesn't receive any contact from Fernandez, aside from when he initiates it by putting his foot and leg into Fernandez. This guy thinks I'm a Messi fan and trying to justify what he calls Argentina's dirty trophy. I'm English, mate. I don't care who won the final. Anyway, before you start screaming that this Thuram incident was the same as Di Maria's foul, it really wasn't. Di Maria's was a soft foul, no question about that, but he was pushed, pulled from behind, and then had contact, albeit light, before going down. Now, was there some simulation in Di Maria's actions? Yes, definitely, but the contact still made it a foul. This incident was only simulation from Thuram, with no other contact. Plus, I've said this 100 times now, Dembele was behind Di Maria, the worst position to be in, so the ref was always likely to side with Di Maria in that situation if there appeared to be any contact at all. Before we move on to incidents from other games, we'll touch on one more thing that made quite a few people unhappy. Messi's potential offside before he scored that goal to make it 3-2. Some people were just outright confused. Some said the ball was played to Messi and so he was offside. The fact is, being in an offside position is not an offence, and because Martinez touches the ball next, the offside phase is reset. No point talking anymore about this issue. It's clear. If you don't like it, write to IFAB and ask them to change the guidance on offside. Right, that's enough about the final, so let's look at some more incidents that had people typing angrily into the comments section. Alvarez being fouled by Croatia keeper Livakovic caused some debate, with lots of you asking to see a review of this, which I haven't done up until now. This guy questioned all of Argentina's penalties in his comment. Anyway, here's the incident, and I know you can argue either way based on your perspective and bias, but the fact is that the keeper impedes Alvarez with contact, basically stops him going any further, and this is a foul in the laws of the game. Although, like most decisions, It's subjective based on the perspective of the referee. Another incident that got plenty of comments and opinions is Paredes smashing the ball into the Netherlands bench. I addressed this in the review video I did of that game, but this footage here wasn't included in that review. This guy said the entire Netherlands bench should have been sent off. Think he's probably an Argentina fan. Anyway, at the end, Paredes is smart and jogs away, leaving everyone else to fight it out. We all remember that kid from school who started the huge brawl, then got out of the way. Fair play to him. That's it for this video. If you want to see more of these videos where I discuss comments and opinions with new footage, let me know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching.